Stuck in space, but it's alright. Floating through the void with Justin and Mike. A house in the stars, yeah, it's kinda weird. Cecil's on board, so let's shift into gear. Movies, games, all the geeky streams. We break it down in zero-G. Pixelated dreams and sci-fi screams. Welcome aboard, just tune in and see. Cosmic vagabonds light years away. Talking nerdy stuff every single day. From galaxies far to the latest craze. Grab some snacks, hit play, engage.
We are transmitting. We're back in 90s, so shake a leg, boys. These space chuckers get testy if we're not live at on time. Move your ass, boys. Mike, put your pants on and march your dumb ass down here. Jay, I swear to whatever God is listening, I'll throw you in the airlock and replace you with my cousin who doubles as a printer. Now move it.
Movies, games, all the geeky streams. We break it down in zero-G. Pixelated dreams and sci-fi screams. Welcome aboard, just tune in and see.
All right, here we are. We're back at it. back at it again.
Yes, sir. Well, you mongrels out there that are traversing the verse out there, and you're cold and you're tired, and
You want content.
God knows what you're hauling, but we're hauling content here for you right now.
Yes,
we are back to talk some movie trailers. New trailers just dropped.
Yeah, we've got some new trailers. We've got some old trailers. You know, some that have been out for a little bit. But all these movies are coming out this year, I believe. Yeah.
If everything goes well and holds, we should be seeing
2025. Although we are out in space, stuck in our spaceship, the Vagabond. So time does work a little bit differently out here. But you know, we try our best.
I don't know what time it is now.
It's about that time. So we're gonna start off. You know what? We'll just go right down the list here on our fancy pre-drawn list of trailers. Let's see, what do we got going on in chat? Anything going on in chat? No, nothing crazy going on in chat.
Cecil just being kind of a dick on the chat, but you know that's okay.
Yeah.
That's just kind of how he is all the time.
Oh joy, more pretty lights in the sky. He says, "How absolutely thrilling!" Oh Cecil, you son of a bitch! All right, we got a couple of live feeds from the verse outside. Lots of ships and parties going on out there. But we're gonna start with Andor Season 2 trailer, which I think is probably the newest trailer we've got that just dropped this week. We're gonna start with that.
So,
and let's go. We're gonna watch it.
We're in a war. You want to fight? Or you want to win?
This looks so awesome. And the music, like, come on.
it works. But see, I love that every bit of praise that this show is getting right now, it's about the storytelling of the show.
Oh, Krennic.
Oh, Krennic.
You know who I trust? The Rolling Stone.
I can't even remember the last time that Rolling Stone and Relevant shared the same space. And honestly, what was it, Tony Gilroy that wrote season 1? I think he's the showrunner of the show. There's a great 2014 movie, Nightcrawler, that he wrote and directed. I don't think it's Dan Gilroy, I think it is Dan Gilroy that did Nightcrawler.
Are they related?
They're brothers.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Right here, and you're ready to fight.
He's so ready just to jack stuff
I love
up.
it.
Let's go.
I don't know what's going on with our feed there, but seems to interrupt our trailerness. Yeah, I am totally excited
Yeah, I'm
for
all in.
season 2.
I'm
Like,
ready.
I thought season 1 was like some of the best Star Wars we've had in a very long time.
An extremely long time.
Yeah. Although Skeleton Crew recently, which was people were going back and forth on it. I loved it. I thought it was great. But
that is the perfect, if you are a kid, which Star Wars are kids' films.
well, yeah.
Lucas has said that 1,000 times. And if you don't want to show your kids the movies yet, or even if they've seen the movies, they probably half remember them for the most part. But if you really want to get your kid into Star Wars, if you're a diehard nerd and you're trying to find a gateway show or a gateway Star Wars vessel, Skeleton Crew is great.
Yeah, it gives you that like that first feeling of seeing Star Wars for the first time and being like, oh wow, we're in this like cool like space saga, and it is for kids. It's like Goonies meets like Indiana Jones meets.
That's a lot of
like
the reviews that are out there. You're here, they throw around the Goonies a lot.
Yeah, and I mean I think that's accurate. I agree with them.
I am with them in spirit.
I'm with them 100%.
No, I think what is the best part about Skeleton Crew, genuinely, is it was something completely new and different from Star Wars. I mean, Jedis are fine. I like Jedis okay. But I don't need to see a lightsaber every 25 minutes to make a show interesting, which that seems to be sort of the default that they go with, is just like, okay, we're losing them. Remember these?
The Force. You're like, oh, cool, yeah. I forgot we were in Star Wars for a second.
Well, like I genuinely think that pervasive, always needing lightsaberness of Star Wars recently, that made every time we saw a lightsaber in Skeleton Crew, it meant more.
And we didn't see a lightsaber in Skeleton Crew
No.
until like the last couple episodes, and even then it was like,
It felt powerful and threatening again.
yeah, it was more of a plot
You know
device
what I
than it
mean?
was just like, oh, cool, lightsaber because this is Star Wars. Like, it made more sense.
It's like, okay, dialogue isn't working. Like, there's so many times in like I liked Ahsoka. I liked it quite a bit. It was fine. But it did seem that moments where we could like, I want more Thrawn. Like, just give him like an entire like 2 episodes.
Well, Ahsoka was just like Clone Wars continued. I mean, in,
Which I didn't
live
mind.
action. Yeah, no, I was more of that.
I was happy to
Fine.
see Ezra
Yeah,
and Sabine. Like, that was cool. Like,
that was super cool.
I thought it was very cool.
yeah.
But I think Star Wars is Andor is like the polar like spectrum of Star Wars, where that feels, I mean, the Empire is like terrifying in that show.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, good Lord. I mean, like, they make you walk barefoot throughout a Star Destroyer, and if you get out of the line, they electrocute you. Like, we haven't seen anything like that from the Empire in when?
Ever?
Ever?
Man, that's new. It's like, well, it's new for us, but the Empire's like, we've been doing this for years.
Yeah, this is we're in our bag right now. We're in our bag. But, and stormtroopers being moderately accurate is also scary. They were mowing down people during the uprising.
Oh, yeah.
After, is it Marvine or Mavine Andor? Is that how you pronounce her name? Either way.
Yes.
When she gives her yes.
One of those is correct.
When she gives her rallying cry, her speech, that essentially says, like, you know, like, F the haters, take them out. The brutality of the Empire is in, like, absolute full swing. And I'm sitting there going, man, like, this is the secret sauce. Like, Star Wars doesn't need to be, like, handheld as much as it is a lot of the ways, or it's been with Disney a little bit. So I'm really excited to go back to this world where it's just like, it's shades of gray for the most part.
Yeah.
Where I love the fact that heroes do villain shit, but for the greater good ultimately. But there's like, I mean, there's the betrayals within the rebellion itself. War is hell. And like, we've never gotten that in a Star Wars movie. I think Rogue One flirted with that a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I always equate it to like, there's the dude on the Death Star that like his job is just to like friggin' like clean the toilets or like sweep the halls or whatever. I mean, and you know,
Maintenance.
he friggin' died when the thing blew up, but he's like, he's just got a family. Like he's just got a job. He's just like some normal dude, but he's a part of this freaking galactic war. And he's like, I gotta feed my kids. I got the dog. I got the loath cat. Like, I just gotta take care of everybody. And then here comes this dude in his X-Wing, and he just like freaking genocides the whole thing. Like,
and that to me is the greatest observation Kevin Smith ever made about Star Wars, where he's just like, was it Clerks 2 where he talks about, he's like, what about, he's like, the Death Star. He was like, that guy, he's like, he was just trying to feed his family. Like,
yeah,
he's like, that guy was just going to work.
Maybe that's where I came up with that. Like where I expunged on that concept, because it's like, yeah, there's like how many tens of thousands of people are on this Death Star because it's the size of a planet, and some of them are just like, I'm just the data entry guy. I'm just like entering numbers from this system into this system. And like, and then there's like the graphic designer who's coming in with the Orabesh for the signs for the cafeteria. Like, I mean, these are just like people that are just like jobs, and nope, dead.
Nope. Nope. Honestly, like I would love for that to be like, where are those short films? Like Office Space, but like a bunch of guys working on the Death Star. Just going through their normal day, then all of a sudden like sirens are going off and like TIE fighter pilots are running back and forth. I'm like, what the hell's going on? No, it's them again.
That kind of reminds me of like the Undercover Boss SNL skit with Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. Like,
I heard he shredded.
I heard he shredded. Oh, you want me to go get it? I can show you his lightsaber.
He's barely in the room when he turns that on too. He's like, oh, here it is. Yeah. Just like, that looks like something a kid made.
Yeah, we all knew he was Kylo Ren from the very beginning.
But I think Andor is where Star Wars just kind of really needs to pivot in that direction and start hopefully mining from Legends or whatever. Their continuity is bizarre.
Well, they've brought in a lot of Legend stuff, obviously, even though it's not
Thrawn being the biggest one for me.
And I do think these next movies that we're gonna get might take on a different tone, like more along the lines of like Andor, but still sprinkle in some of the like Skeleton Crew stuff. So it's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a broadened horizon for Star Wars now. Like it's been a long time since we've had a movie, which,
oh my God, yeah,
long time in today's
2019.
Yeah, I mean,
I think that's when Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that is a long time in today's world of we're making movies. Yeah. So, you know, and they're still saying like Taika Waititi's still on board to like write and do a movie.
That project's still going.
Yeah. Like just today I was reading that like he's still like, you know, it's like he's got other stuff going on, but he's still working on it. So like that's a thing, you know, we've got this whole like
Mandalorian and Grogu.
We've got this whole Rey like,
oh, that got canned, I thought.
No, that's still on.
See, I heard that got shelved.
No, I don't think so. Like I think they were like I think they were originally going to do as a trilogy, but now I think they're just going to do like one movie. I don't know. Who knows? And honestly, like Kathleen Kennedy is like, she's on her way. Like, you know, she's still doing stuff, but she's
stepping down from the leadership role. Yeah.
And my money's on Filoni coming in.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, people give him a lot of gruff for stuff, but he knows his Star Wars, man. Like he's not, and like,
he's behind the most successful.
Yeah.
And well, season 3 withstanding for that kind of really divided the fan base.
I don't think he's the best director. Like, as when he came in and was doing like actually like directing an episode of stuff. I don't think he's the best director. I think he's like great for behind the scenes stuff. Like he's more of a like because I think his background is mostly like visual effects and stuff.
I believe that's correct.
I could be making that up. Because
I thought that.
But he knows like the stories. He knows the canon. He knows the characters, and I think he's got the whole like universe of Star Wars nailed down, and like the feel and how it should like. Not just for us adults, but for kids, and you know, and I don't know. Like, I'm fine with him if he wants to like step up and be like, I'm in charge of everything. I am the last one.
Yes. No, I like his style. And I'm not saying everything needs to have that hardened edge that Andor has. I think Andor, being just Andor and being its own little thing, is beautiful. Keep that going. I think this is the last season. I'm not entirely sure, but from last I had heard.
I mean, they can only go so far before they get to Rogue One and everybody's dead.
Yeah.
So.
Honest, like that,
and
that makes me
they
curious about the end of season 2. Then,
well, they have this season 2 set up so every 3 episodes is a different year. So the first 3 episodes is a year, the second 3 episodes is a year, and then I don't remember how many episodes they have. I saw a chart yesterday, and my feeble mind can't remember. But those 3 episodes like goes 1 year, the next year, the next year, the next year. So it's like as it progresses through the rebel storyline.
Yes,
which I'm fine with that. That's really cool. Like that hasn't been done before either.
No, and it hopefully will. I'm hoping Andor will do what I wanted the sequel trilogy to do a little bit, which is like show them. Shout out to the Cosmonaut Variety Hour, Marcus over there, because he brought this up and I screamed amen from my couch. But he talked about how he wished he would have seen some scenes where show the rebels doing some guerrilla warfare. Like this is a war. And especially like with their numbers being low already as it is, the First Order, after everything they did with Starkiller Base, the events of Episode 7, like 8 onward it would have been amazing to see them being, just celebrated tacticians and like seeing the rebel symbol back on buildings and like having the First Order freak out,
just like spray painting, like
yeah. And then,
or like there's some dude embedded with imps, and he's like, I'm putting some extra chili powder in the chili tonight. Like, F these guys. Like,
they go get it.
Hardcore rebels.
Not gonna be doing too much shooting when they're shitting.
That's how we win. That's how we
win the war intestinally. No. I hope that eventually. I think Andor and Skeleton Crew, both of them existing in the same space, is kind of beautiful. And that's kind of where Star Wars needs to go. Like, you have your shows like Andor, which are very... Everyone uses, like, Cold War spy thriller, but that doesn't feel like a Cold War thriller. I like... It feels like a Neo... like a Neo spy thriller, like almost in, like, the vein of... And this is so stupid to say, and I really hope I don't get blasted for it, but, like films... like Antonioni kind of makes, or like Costas makes, like, like Z, like just like really cool political thrillers. Let Andor be that.
Yeah.
Have, Skeleton Crew can be the kid show, which honestly, I know the numbers were low of people watching Skeleton Crew. The numbers weren't great, but my hopes is that enough people come back to it that it gets a fighting chance, at least to get a season 2 or an extension. I mean, like, look at Star Trek. I mean, Prodigy is a Star Trek kid show.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
And so I need to take time to watch it. Like, that's one of the ones I haven't watched from the Kurtzman Star Trek universe. Mm-hmm. But I'm really hoping that Skeleton Crew gets enough love. And yes, everybody out there, promises made, promises kept. We are working on that episode right now to go spin out to the verse. Just please don't, please. Yeah,
we'll give a further breakdown of that coming soon to a space verse near you.
No, but just mind the tolls and just please follow the law. Obviously, new legislation has come down where y'all can watch us now that we're doing this on the YouTubes, anywhere anyone can see this. Just mind the laws, please. The fines are really, really steep, and we just really can't afford to get any more trouble.
We can't control anything. We just deliver our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and hope for the best. And in lieu of time, we should move on to our second trailer, which this leads us into some discussion of the word. Today's word of the day is Bloodlines.
Many definitions for Bloodlines.
Final destination, Bloodlines.
Here we go.
Oh, Lord.
My old man just died. I come in as a favor, and now they want me to lock up.
Who brings that up?
Hey, 5-star review, yeah?
Piercing a tongue.
Who's getting their tongue pierced at like 2 o'clock in the morning?
By that guy.
This creepy dude. Yeah.
Let me tell you about my dysfunctional relationship with my father.
I'm going to tell you about everything wrong with this place. We got all kinds of shit going on that shouldn't be.
Man, I wish I were dead. What are you bitching about, man? Your dad
Oh, it's Eric's sad mix. You got me at sad mix. Now I relate to this character.
Many times after a piercing or a tattoo, I turn on some Air Supply.
And give myself a tattoo.
Just gotta mellow out and feel the vibe.
Wow, that was quick. He's
Holy.
very quick at giving
You know
himself a
what?
tattoo. Oh my gosh. The verse is coming up. We're going to get rid of that. Oh man, this guy's just accident prone. He's just making a mess. Oh. What are the odds? That's what he's like, what are the odds?
What are the odds?
Oh, you got me.
Pretty sure if you grabbed onto that chain, it would just stop.
I was gonna say,
Ceiling fans aren't omnipotent.
how that hasn't ripped out of his nose already. That's quality work.
I mean, I like the concept, but the physics is kind of
Yeah.
iffy. Pretty sure his septum ring would have just ripped right out. Oh, death runs in the family. Oh, so it is Bloodlines. So it's totally related to the other films somehow loosely, and it's an IMAX. Wow.
How do we
Did
feel
they-
about that?
Did they film it in IMAX? Like,
Christopher Nolan's producing.
did they did they film Final Destination in IMAX?
Dunkirk,
I need to know.
Dunkirk, The Hateful Eight, Final
Wow.
Destination, Bloodlines.
I mean, it's been a while since we've had a Final Destination movie, and I'm of the generation that is scared of log trucks because of Final Destination.
That movie ruined any and all enjoyment in driving in the highway or on the highway.
Yeah, so I mean, there's some nostalgia here, but at the same time, Bloodlines, like, are we that invested in the Final Destination franchise that we need to like somehow relate these movies together with like people that are related to something? I don't even know how many Final Destination movies there are.
Well, the fifth one, the last one I saw.
There's 5?
There's 5.
At least.
There's at least 5. I've seen 5 of them. But honestly, the fifth
Okay.
one, I don't want to spoil it because I do want you to see it.
I think
But
when
the
did it
fifth
wait,
one-
when did it come out?
You got me.
So you could probably spoil it for me, because if I haven't watched it by now,
Fair enough. So, spoilers for all of you out there floating around and
who
listening, okay?
haven't watched a movie that
not
nobody
watched
else
this?
has watched.
Oh, I thought I did okay. I don't remember. I mean, I guess they're making this.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
You're like, we'll have to dig deep into the. Honestly, I'd like to do a. I'm going mine from the chat and do a retrospective of Final Destination. That was like a couple of shows ago. Somebody brought up the Final Destination franchise. I think it was after that quasar implosion due to that whatever truck. But
Because it clearly like had parallels to Final Destination, because I mean, come on, quasars.
quasars, man.
Jeez. This is what happens when you're in space, man. You got to relate the things. You got to relate the things together. You got the stuff on Earth. We're out here in space. We don't have any parallels anymore to Earth, so we have to take what we got. So this is that.
Well, I do like the fact that there seems to be an obsession now that the as we all know, legislation came down, the verse opened up, so that allows you guys to be able to watch what we watch on our world, which is how we got our jobs.
Yeah.
Jury's out on whether or not that's a great idea. My fault, but what it is I'd like to explore the Final Destination movies and talk about them, because I do love. I think the first two genuinely just rip.
Well, I'm gonna have to
They're
do a
real fun.
rewatch of all 12 Final Destination movies, however many there are.
That would be 12.
and then we'll have to regroup after this Bloodlines comes out. Because so what other movies?
Well, funny enough, you should ask, because
Bloodlines seems like a really overused word for a movie title.
it is, and unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, more than not, it has a very negative connotation to it. If you see Bloodlines at the end of your movie, it doesn't really end up being that great.
As it should, because automatically, if I see a movie and the title is like, Sesame Street Bloodlines, I'm like, yeah, this is probably like the 20th Sesame Street movie, and Oscar's like down on his luck. I don't know, man.
Man,
like,
how much more down on his luck can that guy get? He lives in a trash can.
Yeah, but he loves it.
He thrives.
So they're like, no, now he's living in like a freaking two bedroom condo in New York.
He's longing for the trash.
Yeah, and he's like,
he wants to go back.
It's like the opposite. This is a good movie. We should write this down. Like,
honestly, a grizzled Big Bird and Snuffleupagus just like fighting to make ends meet. I'd be into that, and then fighting some sort of demon.
Oscar the Grouch invented something, and now he's like a multimillionaire living in this condo, but he's like totally like he's so distraught, and he's so like mad at himself, and he's depressed because he just wants to live in a garbage can.
He lost his roots.
Yeah.
He got his money. He got the bag,
and that's why it's called Sesame Street Bloodlines. Anywho,
but no,
back to the actual bloodlines of movies that don't make any freaking sense.
Yeah, and I don't want to put that negativity on this movie, because it could be that like, I mean, trailer's fine. I wasn't really feeling that first death, just because those first two movies, those deaths, and honestly, shout out to Final Destination 3, the tanning bed deaths of those two, awesome. Those are unimpeachable. Excellent. Weird to say.
This is just
excellent murders.
This is just a teaser, so it's quite possibly that this isn't even like in the movie. Like, this could just be like,
I'm kind of hoping not.
This could just be like the teaser for the trailer. Like, we're just like, yep, Final Destination, people die.
Yeah.
With some crazy shit happens, and you're like, well, yep, people die. Crazy shit happens.
Death.
Check. We got the list. We checked off everything on the list, guys.
Except the one thing that can't be checked off. R.I.P. Tony Todd.
I don't know who Tony Todd is.
Wait, what? Yes, you do.
Do I?
Candyman. He's Candyman.
Oh,
Tony Todd.
Yes. Okay, sorry, I do.
It's like, wait a minute.
Well, see, I don't know him by the name. I don't know him by his actual name.
No, I'm the nerd that knows him by his name.
Well, probably most people do. I'm just that inconsiderate. I'm like, hey, Candyman.
No.
That guy, Candyman.
He got the bees.
He's got the bees. It's the guy with the bees.
Where's the crossover? Like, could you imagine like Nicolas Cage from The Wicker Man? Oh my God.
Well, could you, like, okay, like
not the bees.
like
Candyman just opens his coat. And he's like,
an MCU endgame of like all horror movies. Like, everybody fights, like giant battle at the end. I don't know the beginning. I don't know the middle, but that's the end.
It doesn't matter. Honestly, we could do anything we needed. But like Bloodlines, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. I want it to be good.
Yeah, I mean,
I want it to be good, because I do enjoy the shit out of those movies.
I mean, like cinematography wise, like it looks good. Like pacing, I'm like, oh, that's cool. It looks cool. Yeah, I get it. Like,
yeah.
I mean, the physics on things are kind of like, this probably would never happen. But
and
I
a
get
little
it.
on the nose for like the fastest tattoo maybe recorded in human history.
Oh yeah, man. This guy should be making bank if he can do tattoos
Yeah.
that fast. Why is he working at 2:00 in the morning?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, with that kind of speed and look pretty good. Yeah. So that guy should be just making cash hand over fist. But unfortunately, like we were saying, movies, and shout out to the chat, name movies with bloodlines that you want to see, that you have seen. We'll probably mention them here in a minute. But
Yeah, let's ask Cecil.
I was going to say, Cecil, what do we got, bud?
What? Oh, well, I guess I gotta type in the window. What are your favorite bloodline movies? We'll see what Cecil has to say.
And I'm sure he won't be a dick at all about it.
No, probably not.
No, but here I do have pulled up some bloodlines and movies that.
He says, let me guess, you want recommendations for some thrilling vampire flicks. Too bad I don't have a stake in this game. Thanks, Cecil.
Son of a bitch.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
He's not into it. Apparently.
He's on one. But no. So in the lineage of the bloodlines, it can kind of go good or bad. The good we can probably just go over because the list is pretty short. Like Castlevania bloodlines.
Okay.
Pretty good. Not bad.
Are all the bloodlines that are good video games?
Well, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I guess it's Bloodline. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That was good. Bloodlines 2, I think, is what either is coming out or came out.
That's like a
this
new
year.
thing. Yeah, I don't know. That says 2025 when we looked it up earlier, and I really don't know. I didn't pay that much attention because I didn't care. But
I can't even begin to recall the last time I played a Vampire the Masquerade game. I'm glad the franchise is going strong because it is a very, very cool franchise that I was digging dustly at one point.
no, it
was pretty good.
They're good games. They are
not bad.
GG. Good game. Good game.
GG.
game.
But one film that I have seen, Wrong Turn 5, Bloodlines.
Listen, okay.
not
why do I keep hitting my mic? I'm sorry, everybody. Okay,
Not
I'm
the strongest wrong turn.
very animated right now because how many wrong turns can you fucking take? You took one wrong turn. That wasn't enough. You took another one. Okay, I'll give you that. All right, maybe your GPS was messed up, but 5 wrong turns?
And all of them are murder bound. Like the GPS clearly has a vendetta. Murder, it's on his mind.
I can only take so much for sequels when it comes to movies like that. Like I don't know. So
Then we got Wrong Turn 5, and then there's Hellraiser Bloodlines, which I also have seen, and I love the Hellraiser franchise. I think the new one that came out on Hulu is awesome.
I
thought it was very, very cool.
did start to watch that and then fell asleep. So there's that.
So we do a lot of the Vagabond, a lot of maintenance and upkeep because we have no staff.
Yeah, it's just us. We have this whole entire spaceship up here in space. It looks like a house, and it is, but we're in space. It's a ship. It's just us. We have to like do things to make it work. So
We've talked about
it's
that, chat.
tiring.
You guys have definitely have blown our doors off a couple of times.
I have no idea.
Tillamook, shout out to you, buddy.
No idea what day it is. I have no idea what time it is. Friggin' let us know in chat, please.
Let us know in the chat.
Where you're at,
then-
what time it is, what time zone you're in, what planet you're on, what nebula you're in. I don't even know.
We want to go
even
to
know.
where the people are.
Is there a bloodline nebula? A nebula? A bloodline
We've had
nebula?
a few beers,
Yeah, we could go visit that.
had some drinks.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not a bad idea. Well, I don't know. Well, to do some research. That's what Cecil's for. But no, Pet Cemetery Bloodlines. Did you see this?
I saw there was a newer Pet Cemetery. Is that the
That's
Bloodlines
the
one?
sequel to the new Pet Cemetery.
Wait,
Bloodlines.
there was the new one, and this was the sequel to the new one.
Yes.
So no, I saw the newer one, which was okay, but
It's
I did not see
great.
the sequel to the newer one because that seems a little excessive.
You've missed out on very little. It's just not it Pet Cemetery. It really doesn't matter how many times you remake it. That original flick is just god tier.
There's only so many like ways that you can like market Pet Cemetery.
We're gonna bury the daughter this time, but no, for me it's
Bloodlines. We bury the whole family and they come back. Like I don't know.
it's a prequel. It's set in 1969.
Oh well,
Yeah,
that's a good year, I guess. It wasn't all that.
sure. Well, oh no, I think. Oh God, a lot of people died. There was a lot of assassinations in '69. Sharon Tate was murdered in '69.
Good on you for knowing stuff.
That Sharon Tate one is thanks to Quentin Tarantino because I most recently watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh well, yeah,
That movie
okay, that makes
rocks.
sense. Yeah, I haven't watched that in a while.
I preferred that ending to the one that we got in real life.
Yeah,
But,
okay.
yeah,
Fair
so
enough. Fair enough.
So we've got that, and then of course, the Citizen Kane of the Tremors films, Tremors 5: Bloodlines.
You could not go wrong with Tremors. I don't care who you are. Like,
Honestly, that's true.
um,
We got when we're gonna do another retrospective review of Tremors because you guys really dug it when we recommended it. Got a lot of good feedback from you guys out there in the black. You guys love Tremors. Very happy that the race of beings that actually are subterranean groundworms have forgiven us.
well, they can't. Just because one race of subterranean groundworms are evil and want to eat you, that does not represent all
it does not
subterranean
represent all subterranean worms. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Just like Dune. Like you can't go wrong. Like, come on, everybody.
No.
Like,
and they're badass.
yeah. Like, there's come on, guys.
I was gonna say, yeah, you guys know what we're about, okay? And thankfully,
we're all about peace and love. We love everybody. So
we love to see love.
Don't pigeonhole people, okay?
Well said. That's good.
I try.
But no, shout out to contestant R9. You guys just keep burrowing and keep swimming in the dirt. Keep doing what you're doing. Honestly,
they're
Tremors
great.
is kind of a tribute.
Yeah, they've got a great planet for it. Like everything, they're set up great there. You know,
They're great fans. They give us a
Yeah.
lot of suggestions and whatnot. There's a lot of really cool episodes, vintage episodes that are on vagabonds.com, as you wild animals know out there. But
Yes.
yeah, they've given us a lot of great suggestions on what we should do here on the show, and we've taken it, and they've been really, really great collaborators to work with. So
you know, that's the one good thing.
Tremors
about
is an
being-
honor as far as I'm concerned.
about being stuck out here in space, contracted to do this show, is we get a lot of input from a lot of species, and you know, most of the time it's just great stuff. But
good
every
stuff.
now and then, there's some motherfucking bullshit that we gotta deal with, and I tell you what, it keeps me up at night. So you guys, knock it off.
Just keep doing what you're
Everybody
doing.
else is great, and we're here for you. We're here to entertain you. We're going to move on to our next trailer now because, you know, in lieu of time, this is a another one that, you know, they might as well call Jurassic World Bloodlines at this point. I don't know.
Dr. Henry Loomis, this is Zora Bennett, our mission specialist.
It's got my girl ScarJo.
And honestly, it's not the greatest sign in the world they had to have the Spielberg banner in the very opening show.
I don't know. I kind of like it. I like the homage.
Okay.
Fortunately for us,
And these dinosaurs are just like some crazy genetic modified bullshit dinosaurs that never existed.
I do love me some ScarJo always.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Rupert Friend, also excellent. But my boy Mahershala, that man.
Move up towards Barbados, avoid government patrol, but there aren't that many anymore.
This part, we don't even care about why you're going there. We just know there's going to be dinosaurs and shit.
Enough to go where we're going.
Yeah, nobody really cares why you're there.
Island was the research facility.
Somebody left their keys, and we got to go back and get them. Like, I don't know. Like, it doesn't matter.
Three biggest dinosaurs.
Like,
do we have to get a sample from an egg?
Sure, because
I suppose we could try and get it from the parent, but they're a flying carnivore the size of an F-16.
one of the things that I hope that they talk about in this movie is like, why risk all of this? Like, is there some sort of plague that's happening in the world where they're like, okay, like the cure to this
These dinosaurs.
like
is only on this dino island?
we need this
Yes.
to survive as humans. Maybe, but at the same time,
I'm hoping they lean in that direction where, like, because I don't want them to.
We're left here.
of course, there's a little girl for some reason.
There's got. Why the hell would you bring a kid to Jurassic near dinosaurs? Like,
Why is there always kids? Why are there kids around dinosaurs? There should be no scenario with kids and dinosaurs.
like it.
Survival is a long shot.
Oh man,
What the hell are
this shit's
those?
going down.
They're helping the mosasaur defend territory, stalk, hunt.
None of what you just said is good.
No, nothing about going to any of these places is good.
No.
Why is there a little girl? Why is she there?
Why is she there?
Like, Jurassic World Rebirth
Or-
Bloodlines.
What I'm okay, so my hope for this movie, which it's dinosaurs, I'm gonna go see it. If you're a '90s kid, you understand that when
No, I mean
that was the height of dinosaur everything, including when Jurassic Park and the sequel Lost World, which is not that. It has one of the coolest sequences ever. Julianne Moore on the glass, slowly breaking, and Goldblum's trying to climb down to come.
Yeah.
Great
No,
sequence. Lost World has cool moments.
I agree.
I just hope that they're leaning towards this idea that I hope it does like a pivot or a twist where we're thinking, oh, we're gonna get the cure for like super cancer or whatever the hell it is that they're trying to get a cure for, and it ends up pivoting more into like, we did all of this to distract you from what we were doing on the other side of the island because we want to just basically like bring the theme park back. Like, it's just this craven misdirection that they're on. So they can just so they can start making some money off these dinosaurs.
Is this supposed to be like a new trilogy?
I think so.
So that would make
from what I've heard,
so that would kind of make
Yeah.
sense if they're like, yeah, we got to go do this like medical bullshit for whatever Bloodlines, and then on the other side they're like, yeah, they're like they're really like, they're like, yeah, man, we could reboot this park and we can get some people up in here and we can get this thing going again. Who cares about these dinosaurs that are all genetically modified that never actually existed and they're like really dangerous and want to kill everybody and eat everything, and it's cool. It's cool.
We're signed. Margaritaville is coming back,
and we're putting it right in the middle of Jurassic World,
right in there. When we reopen again, we got Margaritaville already on the books. John Hancock's there. We got Starbucks back. Like, that's what I would love to see, is them pivot into the most cynical territory
we got
possible.
a Hard Rock, and if you know what, if you even want it, there's an Applebee's just down the just go down the thing, take the
Eating good
the tram.
in the neighborhood.
You got an Applebee's. We're good. We're good.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Get the T-Rex burger.
They would have
specific to Jurassic World 3. Whatever.
You know, they'd have like raptor fries or some like insane shit at like Jurassic Park.
I'd eat some raptor fries. Give me some raptor fries. I'm all
like
about them
extra
raptor
long
fries.
Ooh, like long potato. Oh man, that would be
like potato. They're like potato wedges that look like the claw. Like, yeah,
that would be my wheelhouse. Or like chicken strips that look like raptor claws.
Oh yeah, even better. Like, yeah, you know, like how you can get like the dino nuggets. No, they're like no. They're like no. They're literal raptor claws. They're just like, yeah, chicken pieces that look like raptor claws.
They build a mold
fried.
from them and they put the chicken in it and they fry the chicken.
I want some raptor claw nuggets.
Why is that not a thing? Somebody get on that.
It might be in Jurassic World 12, whatever movie this is. I'm not trying to like
no, I'm not trying to hate on it.
Dunk on it. I mean, I'm excited about it. I like dinosaurs. I don't care why they go back to the island. They can be going back to the island, like I said, because, oh man, I left my day planner back on the island. Can we go back and grab it? Oh sure. Let's take a whole boat. We'll take a whole team. We'll go back and get your day planner. Sweet.
I dropped my phone.
I dropped
really
my
needed
phone.
Son of a bitch.
I left my inhaler. Can we go back?
The kid can't breathe, and the helicopter just like
Steve. That was 10 years ago. But I really need it.
Dude, now like that right there, and like that kind of inspired in my head what I would love to see. Like, I would love just one-offs of this franchise where that's a Jurassic Park movie where like a plane's flying overhead. And then we don't know what they're doing. They don't look like the most reputable kind of characters.
Mm-hmm.
Plane crashes. Everybody gets ate. But what's there is like almost like $30 million in diamonds. Or like some sort of like, basically like a jewel heist. But the only thing you have to do is fight off dinosaurs. Like, pivot into some weird,
so now there's this like
cool
there's this
territory.
ragtag team of like misfits that have to go in to like recover the diamonds because they're hired by the insurance company to like,
or doubloons, gold bars. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, like, good Lord, I mean, if they're gonna go there for medicine, I would love it to where clearly they're not gonna care about, because they're like, oh man, the Barbados government, they're worried about the government in this movie to get the egg serum or whatever to get the medicine. These guys would not care, so they could do some really like funny, hilarious, really cool, nefarious shit in order to be able to get back to the island, just because they're like motivated by nothing but pure cash.
Don't they already have like the dinosaur DNA and stuff? Like, this has all been like sequenced and stuff like in a computer for years. Why do they have to go get a physical sample of this stuff? Shouldn't they be able to like,
unless
I hope this is explained. Is all I'm saying is like, because it doesn't like. On the surface, it's cool. Dinosaurs, they're going back. I'm all in. I'll see it.
Let's do it.
But I just need to know. I need to know more of the why. Like, how? Why? Why do you guys have to do this?
Like I'm hoping it's, like I said, sort of like a pandemic is happening, and they were like, well, Engine. We checked all their files and shit, and like, looks like what we found here is that like, whatever this species is that's evolved, from the last time that we were there, or that they were there, or whatever, when the park was still open, that might be the key. And like,
yeah, there's only these 3 dinosaurs that were developed that have this specific DNA or whatever that we need, mutation that we need. Yeah, we don't have that anywhere else on the planet except in those dinosaurs that exist on this island.
Yes, something to that effect.
Yeah, it's like okay, well, okay, all right, I get it. You wanna cure cancer? I guess that's fine.
Honestly, I really, really hope they lean into the one-offs. I know this is the start of a new trilogy, which is fine because, like, I mean, depending on where they take it, could be very cool. But like, I want a Diamond Height. Like Jurassic Park 3 for me is the most underrated one. I love Jurassic Park 3.
No, I like Jurassic.
That is a straight up B movie, where it's
for sure.
Now we're going back to like kid and his dad going on vacation, not giving a shit about the fact that
I dig it. Yeah,
you know, and then the kid gets lost, and then Dr. Grant gets tricked. We get to see Dr. Sadler and her family, which that always bums me out because I always thought they'd be together, but it kind of makes sense.
Yep, can't have everything you want.
It makes sense that he would not give up the dinosaur. He's like, I just can't give this shit.
So you're
up.
saying like if we get another Jurassic Park trilogy, it'd be cool if like this movie is a standalone thing, the next one is like Diamond Heist movie, and then third one is like aliens invade on Jurassic whatever, and they have to go like aliens and dinosaurs fight. Like that'd be kind of cool.
Oh my god. Oh, what if they're getting ready to open the park back up? And yeah, I mean, why not do that? You're bringing dinosaurs back through genetic insanity.
We can do whatever we want.
Why not?
Yeah.
Like imagine like aliens showing up and being like, "Wow, they're back! Or these dinosaurs are back."
No,
we'll take the humans too.
So we have the first movie where they're curing cancer from the dinosaurs. They're successful. They get all this stuff. Second movie is Diamond Heist on a different island. Third movie brings it back to the first movie, where some crazy shit happens, and the people that were treated with the cancer treatment now become dinosaur human hybrids.
Oh shit. This is Alien Romulus territory. Territory we're
like,
getting into right now.
That's
we're getting hybrided up.
Yeah, well, we just wrote all 3 movies. Thank you.
It was long.
Send us a check.
It was long. It was long rumored that I think what ended up becoming Jurassic World was meant to be a dinosaur hybrid movie. They were going to have like a human dinosaur hybrid or some crazy stuff. At least that's what it looked like in the concept art.
Yeah, I'm all for that. Yeah, that
really got me all
freaking cool.
I wish. I know it sounds insane, but I wish they would have, like, in Jurassic World, I would have loved if they would have gone into, like, have the employees be bored. Like, they're not impressed with it. Like, I wish it would have been more on the ground level of where, like, it's like medieval times where it's like, all right, Raptors are feeling feisty today. Should be a good show, but, you know, they're cool. Like, I'm doing my summer internship at Jurassic World, and then I'm going to go to Stanford in the fall.
There's just the guy that's, like, just pushing the button to have the doors open and close.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, this is... I'm doing my internship at Jurassic World. Like, oh, we got to open.
The big gates open. And then he's just like, Dr. John Hammond, as to what he sought out so long ago, his dream is now realized. Here at Jurassic Park.
It's like it's like all the
kid.
It's like all the college kids that work at like the theme parks like Cedar Point and like Six Flags and stuff.
That's exactly
like,
it.
They're so just like, okay, we're here. This is a good paycheck, but we're here all summer, and they're just like please keep your hands and feet inside the cars at all time. Wait for the ride to stop before moving.
Never flash photography. No. Never flash photography, please.
Please no flash photography. If there's flash photography, we will confiscate your phone.
They will flip their shit. If they see a flash, they're gonna lose it. Please don't. Like that, that would be amazing.
Yeah, like they're all just like summer interns, like college kids. Like, yeah, we're here for the internship. We get to put this on our resume. We're making like $10 an hour. Like, cool.
Or you can make it a summer movie, and it's the friendships we've made along the way. The summer ends, and it's like summer loving from Grease and Theme and Toad. Where it's like, I gotta go back to my school. You gotta go back to yours.
I'm thinking go the complete opposite way, and it's like Camp Crystal Lake, and there's like a murder that happens, but it happens to be like in Jurassic World.
There is a standalone, a serial killer in Jurassic World. Oh my god, that would be cool.
Yeah, like,
and then all of a sudden, fuck shit up, and dinosaurs get loose.
Right. Yeah. Like what? Who was it? The raptor? No, it was Bob from Cabin 7. Are you sure? No.
was that kid Greg. He hollowed out a velociraptor. Fucker's crazy. And now he's like, could you imagine that if he like guts a rat, like shoots a raptor, guts it, and wears its like leathery skin,
like a freaking tauntaun, like
yeah. I could get weird with it. Like get weird with the franchise.
All right, you know what?
The dinosaurs even though they know he's bullshit, they recognize him as an alpha.
No, you know, we're just gonna leave him alone. He's fine.
This dude's crazy.
He's
we won't even fuck. We don't even want to eat him.
Yeah, we don't even want to look at him. We're gonna go the other way.
He gut Richard. Did you see? He's wearing Richard.
He's wearing Richard.
He's wearing Richard.
Richard.
Richard he's hollowed out, man. Like, we might as well follow this cat.
The close up on the raptor of just like a tear.
Guy moves forward wearing Richard, and they're just like, no, hey. Whoa.
Respect to Richard, please.
R.I.P.
All right, we're moving on to trailer number 4.
After our Jurassic serial killer Jurassic World
drama.
Rant.
Yeah.
Shout out in the comments if you want to make that. I mean, you guys have technology. We could probably make that actually for you
I
on
think
the site.
we could do that. So this movie is actually coming out somewhat soon. It's the Thunderbolts, Marvel Studios Thunderbolts,
which needs to do well.
Let's talk facts. The Avengers are not coming.
I will always have a crush on Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Who will keep
I agree. Ooh, those people are dead.
safe?
Oh, Bucky.
Senator Barnes.
Yeah. Senator or congressman?
Or it might be congressman.
I don't remember.
You got someplace to be? I love that guy.
He's in Brave New World. He's in Captain America. He's got a cameo.
Because he's running a campaign, right?
Yeah.
Spoilers. I read some.
I can't think of a worse group of people trying to work together.
And Hopper really let himself go.
After getting ripped.
Everyone here has done bad things. You can't escape the past. Hey, it's like your mind is somewhere else.
So you can do something about it now? Or live with it forever?
This could get messy.
No shit. You thought you were gonna be some great saviors? You can't even save yourself.
Everyone's ripping his arm off.
We can't do this. No one here is a hero.
Lena, when I look at you, I don't see your mistakes. That's why we need each other.
Okay, that was really good.
Florence Pugh is unimpeachable.
She's so cool.
She's so good. And we get another generation of Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's go.
That can raise to glory. Bring light from the darkness. This team can be the heroes on the Wheaties box. With a little kitty toy.
I'm really hoping they lean into the misfit thing.
I'll sleep when I'm dead.
I'd like not to die today, so maybe somebody else should be driving.
So, are we thinking? First of all, they've had the asterisk on the Thunderbolts for some time now, and are we thinking that once it hits, they're actually going to be calling it like the Dark Avengers, the New Avengers?
There's been a lot of talk
like
about
that.
this from what we get back home. They've been talking a lot about that. That's going to be replaced. What that asterisk is symbolizing is that they're going to be most likely at the end of the movie, after they save the day or do whatever the hell happens in the movie, they're going to change to the Dark Avengers, which is cool. I think that's very cool. But I mean, like, for on a marketing perspective side of things, that's going to be, I mean, like, that would kind of suck. Because, like, if Thunderbolts, let's say Thunderbolts is a hit, do you really want to change the title of Thunderbolts that everybody knows, that everybody associates with those characters, to Dark Avengers? Or do you have an Avengers level event like Secret Wars or Doomsday where they come back and then become the Dark Avengers that way?
Or does, not really spoilers, but, or does Sam come in at the end?
And
he's like, you guys are the New Avengers. And they don't even do Dark Avengers. They just do New Avengers.
Ooh.
Because
I'd be into that as long as they threw in Daredevil. I just want Daredevil a part. I just want Daredevil in the MCU, like the movies, instead of just cameos.
That's his like objective, and that's like what Thunderbolt Ross gives Sam in Brave New World is like, I want you to restart the Avengers. So when he comes in at the end and he's like, all right, guys, he's like cameo. First of all, but I don't know like timeline wise because I think technically this
where does this fall in the timeline?
I think this actually happens before that, but it could be an after credits thing where it's like, you know, like 1 year later or something. So I don't know, but because I think timeline wise, I think this actually happens before before Brave New World did. But I could be wrong about that.
Okay.
Yeah, like because Brave New World I think is 2027, and this is like 2026.
They're just playing fast and loose with the canon.
Yeah, there's some weird there's some weird timeline stuff. Well, it's like when the whole like blip thing happened with like the 5-year time difference. It's like it kind of like everything kind of reshuffled and like when they were doing things. So I'm not entirely sure. I did see a breakdown on it over the airwaves at one point in time, but I can't remember exactly which way it went, like which movie comes before the other one timeline wise. But anything can happen end credits. They could just be like, oh, yep, you guys are now the new Avengers or the Dark Avengers or Avengers 2.0 or
Red Hulk in a suit shows up. I'm deputizing. You are Avengers. Just freaking out.
Get off my plane. Like,
I was
wait, what?
I was hoping that would be a moment that happened. That just got spoiled for me. I just want reference the Wolfgang Peterson classic Air Force One.
I love that movie. That's a great movie.
Such a good movie. We got to do a Harrison Ford episode eventually.
Oh yeah. Oh man, we've got so many
discussing that
freaking movies to choose from. I don't even know where we would start.
Well,
gosh.
I mean, I know most would start with Star Wars, but I would want to start with like The Conversation.
Yeah, I mean, Star Wars is kind of like, I mean,
I think everyone by now knows who Han Solo is.
Who?
Oh shit! Do you know?
I don't know who that is.
That's
never heard of him.
We can. Oh.
Never. Well, what Star Wars?
Let me.
What that is?
He shot first. This means very little to you now.
Oh no! That guy. I saw that on the news.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
I heard it. I saw that on the wave. Yeah.
It came across my scans on the thing.
No, I'm willing to give it a chance. I know that Brave New World, whatever have you, I know that it didn't set the world on fire like a lot of people thought that it was hoping it would, but everybody knows about the production history. It's been rewritten, reshot dozens of times. And the movie, by and large, from I would think a lot of the public is pretty split, but for the most part, it's not a movie to hate.
No,
it's not anything objection where you just look at it and you're just like, that is a piece of shit right there.
I thought it was good, and you can towards the end you can plainly tell the scenes that were reshot because it's like either they were reshot on the volume or green screen, and you're like this
bump but
and it's like okay, but at the same time I still liked it. I thought it was a good movie. Like no problems from here. Yelena, no problems.
I escaped Midsommar and became superhero.
We'll have more discussion on Marvel movies to come because there's
a big one after this that we can transition into right now because if you're Marvel, there's a couple of things you need to have really cooking because I think it dropped like 63% in its second week, which I don't want to get into everyone's like, oh, it's the second worst, blah, 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 and everyone's getting into all the history and all that shit. But just by a shareholder standpoint, Disney needs that to do well, which honestly, that could be like a really cool dark horse little, it's the MCU. But the kind of movie that pivots in a different direction where it's different enough to where that's why I really hope they lean into the whole Misfits angle of it, where it's just like, look, we're all looking for a second chance, but we're going to do some grimy shit in order to get that second chance.
I did read a thing today.
Save a bunch of people.
I did read a thing today that said that so far, in test screenings and stuff, it's been the best test screened / previewed movie of the Phase 5 movies, which at this point, I don't even know what phase we're in, and I can't even tell you which movies are in which phase.
What ended 4?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Wait,
we could be in phase 13 for all I know. I don't know what phases. I don't know what phases we're in.
I don't know.
I really don't know. But
like, I don't know.
But dovetailing onto your comment of like the next big Marvel movie, we'll go right into the next Marvel trailer, because I'm not sure if these are even gonna, or somehow these are all gonna relate eventually. But we're gonna look at Fantastic Four.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what.
Controversial choice for a lot of fans. Pedro as Reed Richards, but I love it. I'm biased because I love Pedro Pascal, but he doesn't suck. He'll be fine. This is perfect casting.
Okay.
Cousin from the Bear.
Heck yeah, man.
Close the garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip.
His presence works for Ben Grimm.
Yeah, his mannerisms, like he's just.
We went up the first time. You couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock.
The best pilot in the world, right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
Hi-yo.
Johnny never caught fire.
Eddie.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
I just want this to be good. Fantastic Car is awesome.
Oh.
That makes me happy.
That Galactus shot. Oh my gosh.
Very cool. And Vanessa Kirby, come on.
Yeah.
Cast is great. No issues there. Again, it's one of the, I want them to lean into the like esoterica 60s world, and whatever
which
Marvel world that comes into. I want it to lean hard into
which it seems like they're doing. I mean, I just know that at some point in time, all these characters and this storyline is going to get brought into the more broader MCU for, for all the newer movies that are coming out for Secret Wars and all that stuff. So like at that, I'm also kind of like, I'm not beholden to like getting into this universe because I feel like these characters are gonna be like pulled out of their universe.
Oh, 100%.
Into, like, the other universe. So I'm like, like I don't necessarily care what happens because like I feel like they're just gonna get like pulled out of there anyway. But maybe not. Maybe I don't know.
Not.
Maybe not. I don't know. That's just my own like.
But even if that is the case, let's say that they do get ripped from this universe. However, whatever the ending, whatever it leads us into post-credit scene with where these characters are going to go, that's why I hope they lean harder into this 1960s aesthetic that they're in. I mean, go all the way into where like it's just entrenched everywhere. That way, where if this is going to be the standalone Fantastic Four movie we get with them in this universe, it's completely its own universe. We get immersed in it. We love it. I would imagine the goal would be that you would want your audience, us, everybody, to be like, dude, can we like, oh man, I want to go back. I want to go back so bad to that world from the first Fantastic Four, First Steps movie. We'll see.
My prediction is that like they do that and like they throw us all in and we get really entrenched in this world and we love everything that's happening. And by the end of the movie, it gets completely destroyed. Like dead. Everybody's dead except for them. They get transported or pulled out of this.
Oh, like the TVA comes and does a little snip.
Something, yeah. Like,
something into that
like
effect.
we love this world. Everything's happening. Like, oh, this is like, they're going to like save the day. But Galactus comes in at the end and like literally just kills everybody except for them. They get pulled out and get like
saved by the surfer.
Like 616. Yeah, like they get pulled into like.
If they get saved by if the Silver Surfer shows up and ends up being a part of this and ends up pulling them to.
Well, we know Silver Surfer's in there and she's like because I can't remember her name that's playing the female Silver Surfer, but she comes in like so. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Where?
What? Oh my gosh.
Where?
You're gonna make me use our intergalactic internets.
Do it. Wait. In the trailer, they showed the Silver Surfer?
No, not in the trailer, but we just know that the Silver Surfer is in this movie.
That's confirmed?
Yes.
By Disney?
Yes.
What?
Like, in the yeah.
In the credits? What? Huh?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I don't know of what you speak.
Oh my goodness.
No way.
Julia Garner is Shayla Ball / Silver Surfer.
Huh.
Yeah, like we're done.
I do love Julia Gardner.
Yeah. Friggin'
If you've watched Ozark, you know how good she is.
Yeah. Yeah, she's Silver Surfer.
Interesting.
So there you go. Do what you want with that information.
Well,
so I am
like, you cautiously optimistic. How are you feeling about it?
Oh no, I'm not cautiously. I'm just optimistic. Like I think it's gonna be great.
I'm cautiously optimistic. Like for me, the best Fantastic Four movie is The Incredibles. Brad Bird's Pixar masterpiece.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's the best one we've got so far. Even though there has been a resurgence of love for the Tim Story. Was it 2005? I think 2004. Nope, 2005. That Fantastic Four with Jessica Alba, Chris Evans.
Oh, yeah.
There's been a reprisal of that movie.
Well, probably mostly because Chris Evans was in...
Oh, no, recently.
Deadpool and Wolverine as...
Oh, yeah. God, that feels like forever ago. But yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I mean, that would kind of make sense. And that, I mean, like, I didn't have any... Like, I thought that was okay. Those...
Well, the Silver Surfer was, I mean, played by Doug Jones, absolute legend. Doug Jones is the shit.
Yeah.
He was my favorite part of the sequel. The only part I liked about the sequel. I'm like, can we get more? Can we just make this movie about him and let the Fantastic? But that's because the script did not service at all very well.
That seems like that was just like thrown together because we're like, oh, we need a sequel and we're gonna make some more money and we're gonna do this. And it was like,
we might have to cut this out, but pizza, the ding ding.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. They're sending intergalactic pizza delivery person to get us our pizza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mark,
it's not
3, 2. Mark, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. So, and I'm thinking like Fantastic Four wise, this movie, I don't. It seems like it would be bad if they like go through the whole movie and like we do all this cool stuff and then at the end they're just like blurp, everybody's dead, and so I don't know how they're gonna like play into the MCU as a whole and how they're gonna bring this Fantastic Four into the rest of the universe. But I did see on our intergalactic web today that there were some screenshots of not screenshots but some concept art for Doom, and it looks like they are going to be doing God Emperor Doom for
oh Lord,
for the new like Avengers Doomsday and stuff, which is going to be like there was some concept art with like Hulk and She-Hulk and his kid, and they're like on whatever planet they're on, like like I don't know, it looks really cool, like
Hulk's kid, man. She-Hulk could not have done that any worse.
Yeah, like what the like? That's another one of those things where it's like you guys just throw this in and we're like, we get nothing now. Like we don't know.
Who's
like,
the mom?
What happened here? Like,
like he got some Strange.
So I mean,
like he basically Black Widow dies, and he's like, well, I guess she's not gonna be the mom of this kid,
right? Like, was this before her? Like, was this like a one night stand kind of thing? Like, he just got drunk.
The kid's
like,
old. He's like 15,
right?
I'm
So
like,
so like this had to have happened a while ago. It's not just like a recent thing.
Maybe some explanation will be found there.
Hopefully, we'll get some explanation. And
because what the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's messed up. It's weird. It's weird. We better get answers. There's been a lot of like was it the end of Shang-Chi? I don't even remember what because they were talking about the 10 rings, and I think Carol Danvers was there as a hologram, and you had
the end credit scene. Yes.
Yeah, the end credit scene. Like we got no resolution.
Was it Rocket?
Was it?
Or am I thinking Avengers Endgame?
You might have. Was it Rocket?
Or Avengers Infinity War?
Wong was there because he was talking about the 10 rings.
Yes.
But anywho, we got like no resolution from that. Like we have no idea what happened there.
Or when we're going to get a Shang-Chi 2, which is what I want.
Yeah, because I actually liked that movie. That was a good movie.
That movie was still my only nitpick criticism of it is that I wish the end of that movie were a kung fu movie. No ring special effects or any of that.
Yeah, it was very very CG heavy at the end when it didn't necessarily need to be. I mean,
have the dragon doing all its fun stuff because you need that stuff to put the butts in the seats. I understand that. But like when it's just him and his dad, Tony Leung, shout out legend. Yeah, just let him fight. Like Ken Watanabe said in Godzilla 2014, let them fight.
Yeah.
Just let them go completely like balls to, like could you imagine if we got like hero level like kung fu action at the end of that movie where it's just ethereal and just majestic and just like absolutely badass mixed with Ip Man?
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Like
do that for the second one, guys.
Oh,
I'm talking to you.
Yeah, scale
just saying.
Scale it back.
Just saying.
Scale back the CG for the fights and just make it just raw badass kung. Like I want John Woo level action in an MCU movie. Obviously, we're not going to get hard boiled.
No, but
we could get.
Oh, we didn't pull that one. Daredevil, the new Daredevil series does have some very visceral.
I'm very
vibes to it, which
I'm going to remove the cautiously from my optimistic.
I'm just straight up optimistic.
I'm just straight up optimistic. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that is I want it to be. I want it to be good.
It really looks like they're bringing that like Netflix vibe into the MCU vibe. Like Disney's just like, all right, you know what? Just do whatever you need to do to make it like super cool. And they're like, okay. Cool.
And I don't know how much overlap is between the Deadpool and Wolverine production and the Daredevil Born Again production.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have no idea if like Disney saw that movie or there was a couple of test screenings for Deadpool and Wolverine where they saw it and they were like, "Ooh, okay, we made a good decision letting these guys just make whatever them wacky shit that they wanted to make." So the movie made like $1.2 billion or something insane.
Right. And Disney's like, yeah,
because cool. That's what we are now.
Yeah,
but I have to imagine that Born Again's been in production for a while. Well, no, I mean Charlie Cox. It's been confirmed from him and from other sources that basically when they were making No Way Home and they knew that his cameo was going to be in the movie, they were going to do another season of Daredevil. So
yeah.
So I'm wondering if maybe the overlap is at that same time. It's like, look, we need to have some projects that cook. So Deadpool and Wolverine, it's gross and funny and bizarre and
brutal
as hell. So that's the movie that we're gonna let them make. I hope that would. No, I mean the Netflix Daredevil series is unreal.
Yeah,
exceptional, good shit. I'm really hoping that mantra has extended from everything we've seen. It looks like that has extended.
Yeah, it does. It looks like it's that plus some of the like Disneyfication of the MCU stuff with like maybe some like CG like superhero-y stuff.
Yeah,
layered on top of. So at least the base layer is all the like stuff that we've known to like come and love and from Daredevil on Netflix, and then like on top of it they'll sprinkle a little bit of the like, okay, yeah, we'll put some like more superhero-y stuff on it. But
that teaser was a nice balance. That fight between Bullseye and Daredevil.
Yes, yeah.
Where you have like 12 knives sticking out of Daredevil at one point, and then like all of a sudden he does a superhero pull.
Yeah, it's like he just comes out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, cool,
a perfect,
that's awesome,
seamless blend of both of those aesthetics for that show.
So if that's what we get for the whole thing, like I am all in. Sorry, I'm
gassed up, ready to go.
Yeah, I'm getting distracted by some messages coming in over the verse. Anywho, so what do we have up next? We are going to look at. Do we want to keep on the superhero theme? We might as well.
Let's go for it.
All right, we're doing Superman. Let's do it.
if there's anybody I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to, it's James Gunn.
Yeah, I don't have any qualms with any of this and what he's doing.
I think he got it.
This riff, like when I first saw this,
Dude.
I was like it gave me goosebumps. I'm like, that's so freaking cool.
Ah. Legendary character actor there.
Yeah. I remember from the X-Files.
Oh, that's a great episode of the X-Files.
It's the freaking weird eye thing. Like,
Duh.
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
I'm genuinely curious about Crypto's backstory.
Oh, I know. Like,
was he just chilling at the fortress?
There's just so much stuff going on in this movie. Like,
and Nicholas Hoult, come on.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. That scene's a little too real, as is that.
Yeah.
Nathan Fillion, Captain Mal Reynolds is Gardner.
People are
Let's go.
People are like his haircut, and I'm like, have you guys seen the comics at all? Like
Christmas Jones.
Like, it's like freaking straight out of the comics. Freaking Ultraman.
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific, man.
Oh, come on.
That's the thing, like, Gunn knows how to do, like, ensemble hero movies. Like, obviously with Guardians. And
I love his Suicide Squad. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
That was excellent. One more time. No,
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's a winner.
I do too. Like, I don't have anything like negative to say about this movie. Like, I know people get burnout on reboots and blah 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 blah, but he's not doing an origin story. Like, we're getting the Green Lantern Corps.
That's
like
true.
We've got Crypto. We've got like all this shit's going down.
They just started shooting lanterns too.
Yeah, yeah.
With Kyle Chandler.
And
the absolute boss, and then my man from Rebel Ridge, Aaron. Oh, help me out with his last name.
Oh yeah, I just saw this yesterday.
Rebel Ridge. If you've not seen that, that movie rules.
Oh my gosh, the movie is so awesome.
That movie.
Yeah.
Jeremy Solinaire is an exceptional filmmaker. Green Room is another one of his. If you've not seen,
I haven't seen
that out there, everybody.
Yeah,
all the guys out there trucking, watch that.
Rebel Ridge is like a good, just like kind of like no nonsense, like action, like I guess you'd say drama, but like I don't know.
I mean, like the drama is. I mean, like the drama is excellent. For me, it feels like the best kind of like I would watch Rebel Ridge after watching something like Vanishing Point, or like Smoking the Bandit, or like Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry, some like really cool like 70s quote unquote B movie that's just furiously entertaining. And like Rebel Ridge is furiously entertaining. Like I love the shit out of that movie.
Yeah, no, it's really good. I can't recommend it enough. As for Superman, I can't recommend it enough.
Well, the thing about this Superman is that, like, as we've been picking up bits and pieces of what's going on back home, things are a little tense, not great. So
it's got that vibe.
It's got the vibe.
Yeah.
It's a vibe of what I think everybody is looking to have happen in the cinema.
And
just to take them away from how kind of crappy everything is.
I think it's a good starting point for the DC universe now compared to, like, you know, the MCU that the James Gunn is in charge of. So we get this main character who everybody knows and loves, but then we're getting all these like secondary characters because, like I said before, he's like good with the ensemble, like, you know, Guardians.
He's
and
very
like,
good.
And Suicide Squad. So he's like throwing all these characters together, and that they're each having their own like individual thread in the story, and kicking this off so we can go from there and spread out and having a good cohesive story with all of these characters, because, you know, it's really easy to get confused when you're like throwing in all these characters. And like, I mean, even Marvel's done that before in movies where it's like these characters are like coming in and you're like, I don't even know what's happening, but they've done there's good and bad, you know, with that. So I don't know. I'm really excited. I think Cornsweet's a good choice for.
I liked him in Pearl. He's good in Pearl
for Superman. Like I think
good
his
in Twisters.
Yeah, he's great in Twisters. I think his Clark persona is closer to like a back and forth between Clark and Superman. Like you can definitely see the difference, especially with his hair.
There is a separation.
You know, like there's more of a separation than like Cavill or, you know, I mean, there's been a lot of Superman, but I like the juxtaposition.
Shout out to Brandon Routh or Ralph.
Oh, Brandon Routh was like
he's kind of great.
Freaking great, yeah, and
love him.
Yeah, he was great. And I loved Superman and Lois. That was a good show.
I wish more people watched that show.
Yeah, that was a fantastic story arc from beginning to end.
Who would have thought that my man from Teen Wolf would be a top tier all timer Clark Kent and Superman?
Yeah, Tyler
Hoechlin killed it.
Killed it. Like, man, he's
really good.
He's
Lois. I forget that actress's name, but there's a show called Grimm. I don't know if you ever watched. Did you ever watch Grimm?
I did, like, because it was based on the Grimm fairy tales, right?
Yeah, and it was like a detective procedural.
Yeah, kind of like a Supernatural with like yeah. No, I watched a couple episodes of it, but I did not watch a lot of it. So.
It gets a little crazy, and a little absurd sometimes, but I enjoyed the hell out of that. She's good in that. I cannot remember that actress's name.
I can't either. No, she's good.
But as man, Lois Lane,
and like for a
stellar
a network show, like a CW show, like it was very well like shot and produced, and even the special effects were like pretty good, you know, for the budget and stuff they're working. Obviously, you know, there's a big difference between like blockbuster film, but sometimes there's not, because sometimes you get blockbuster films that are like, that shot was really shitty, and you're like, because some company got the shot and they're like, you got 2 weeks to finish this, and they're like,
and that's not on the FX company, that's on the studio.
That's on the studio, yeah.
Coming and be like, hey, we need this Thursday.
Right. And that's why when you watch
when
when you watch all the credits, you've got like 10 different visual effects studios, because like this main studio, then they farm stuff out, and then they farm stuff out, and you get like this one studio that's like 2 people working, and they're like, all right, we got this shot where we got to do friggin' Godzilla's foot for 10
the whole
seconds.
Movie hinges on this.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Like, oh, and we've got 2 days to do it.
Sweet mercy.
Okay. Cool.
What I think I loved about Superman and Lois the most, I love their depiction of Lex Luthor. Their version of Lex Luthor is awesome. Just a metalhead genius.
Dude,
no refinement.
No, not at all. He doesn't care. Like, he gets out of prison and he's like, I don't care about the company. He's like, I just want to screw over Lois because she put me in prison.
She put me in prison. That's an amazing angle.
And she did put him in prison for something that he didn't do, even though he did way worse things.
He's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He should already be in jail and have been there a long time, but his Lois got him on some bullshit.
Yeah, but his thing is like, I didn't do that. And now I'm going to fuck with everybody.
Everybody.
Like, I'm just going to screw shit up.
And I love the fact that I like an older Superman who has kids.
Yeah, he's been through it for years. Like he's helping them as they get their powers, and like it's like I mean, no spoilers, because I don't know, I guess people haven't watched it, but like it does get kind of sad. Like the last episode, I'm
Very
like, man,
much.
like like
it deals with heavy stuff sometimes.
It does. Like, man, I'm like a couple tears here. I'm like, yeah,
the show redeemed Steel.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like,
yeah,
dude. Like I mean, if you've seen the Shaquille O'Neal Steel, there's not much we have to add to it.
Yeah, you don't have to. There's not much to.
I'm sure you've heard about that movie, but I love what they did with him on the show.
Yeah,
and I love sort of like what we were talking about with Andor. Andor is its own political spy thriller, little subsect of like the Star Wars franchise universe. I love the fact that Superman and Lois exists, because we get a version of Superman that I guarantee I would bet even money. I would not lose money on this bet. There's no way they would make that movie of a married Superman with teenage kids coming to IMAX. There's no way in hell. There's no way that.
No, and they move back. They move back to Smallville because there's just too much shit going on in Metropolis. They're like, nah, we got to get the kids out of here.
We got to get the kids out of here.
We got to go back to Smallville. Like, we got to. You know, but then Superman's still Superman, so he's off doing stuff, and the kids are like, what the hell? And they're like,
Dad's never home.
Yeah, they're like, why is Dad never home? And he's like, well, kids, it's because I'm Superman.
He's cheating on you. No.
They're like,
I love your mother.
He waits till they're teenagers to tell them that he's Superman, and they're like, what?
I Superman then? Like, am I super?
And yes, you are. Now you have to deal with that. Being a teenager in high school just
sucks to suck.
It sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. But no, Gunn's Superman. Honestly, the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie for me is not just a great MCU movie. It's my favorite MCU movie. It's just straight up a good science fiction movie. It's just a fun science fiction movie.
I'm not gonna lie. Like all 3 Guardians movies are
great.
Are in my top like. I don't know how many Marvel movies there are, but in my top like 10 Marvel movies, all those 3 movies are up there just because of like the cast and Gunn and the way like he writes and just the humor and the action. Like
Guardians 2 ends with Rocket Raccoon realizing that he's not gonna die alone.
Yeah.
That he has a family at a funeral.
Right. Yeah.
And it's moving as hell. And you're just like, dude, Gunn is
that's what I'm saying.
Is on another.
And that's like what I'm hoping for, and we're going to
else.
get from these like other characters in this movie is like we're going to get that. We'll get some of those emotional like touch points to these characters that we don't necessarily have to know their whole backstory, but you are going to get like some sort of like indication of like where these are going to fit inside the broader DC universe as we expand upon things.
And I'd have to imagine that the fallout of whatever happens at the end of the Superman movie, especially with the lanterns, that's the best example I could conjure up. I would imagine that Guy Gardner and company leave, or however it is they exit from the Superman movie, and the Kyle Chandler Lanterns TV show immediately dovetails right into that.
Oh yeah,
we'll see Fillion and company, all the lanterns from that movie on that show.
Yeah, I
could see that happening very much.
Technically, the first DCU film, or not film, but show, the animated show.
Creature Commandos.
The Creature Commandos is the first like DCU canon show, so it's like there's going to be some crossover from that,
which is
like
it's kind of brilliant. I love the fact that he started with an animated series as the first,
which is a good show. Like it's a really good show. Yeah, it's very fun, and again, that's another one where it's like you get these episodes where it's like there's the main storyline, but then kind of each episode you get a backstory into like each one of the characters and like how they came to be, and you're like. You get more invested in them because you feel like they're, again, he's very good about misunderstood characters.
Oh yeah.
Like he's very good with those stories, and like
Guardians 3, the rocket arc in that is the best example that I can conjure of just James Gunn, or even better, Beers. What is his name? The Polka Dot Man.
Oh, yeah. And the spot dude. I don't know. Yeah, but
either way, like the arc that he has in that film about essentially like all he sees is his mother, and like the psychological issues.
Yeah,
I love the fact that James Gunn can do that.
Yeah,
in a comic book movie.
Oh, and freaking like even Peacemaker is like
rules. There better be a season 2.
No, there is a season 2, and
is it done?
I don't know if it's done, but it is gonna fit into the current DCU that he's working on. Okay, so yeah, Superman gonna be great.
Honestly, if there's anybody I have faith in more than anybody in the comic book space, it's James Gunn. Time and time again, he just brings it, and I
agree.
I'm thrilled to see what he does with Superman.
Yeah.
I know some people, a lot of the Snyderverse people, still aren't pleased, but let's give this a shot.
Yeah, and it's a new era.
Yeah, and I'm someone who liked the Snyder cut of Justice League. I thought it was pretty good. Like,
that was awesome.
Flash using the Speed Force to go back in time was the dopest thing I've seen in a comic book movie in some time when that came out. But all that being said, let's let Gunn do his thing.
Yes.
It could be a richer DCU that comes out of this.
More cohesive anyway. But
more cohesive.
Definitely.
So I'm in.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll see. We have to hold on to hope.
Yeah.
That's what Superman's all about.
I am getting the word from Cecil, our producer, that we have to wrap the show up because we have to get on get on the interstellar road here and go pick up some new dilithium for the not for our engines, just for food for some of our companions that are outside. But that does bring me to our today's sponsor. Is brought to you by DualBook. DualBook, bet on the galaxy. We are going to run the ad for DualBook, and we hope you all enjoy today's show. Don't forget to subscribe.
You all out there.
Yeah, like and comment. Give us some of those intergalactic comments. Let us know what you'd like to see in some of the upcoming shows. We appreciate you. And this is the Cosmic Vagabond signing off.
DualBook. Bet on the universe.